Hi guys, I just took a USB and I've installed ArcoLinux Be Awesome 21.11.05, so November edition, and I want to take a lot look at it. I've done a lot of things. I've installed Melt, Sublime Text and Simple Screen Recorder, which is now recording, and I've updated everything, so we've got the latest Linux kernel in here, new Xorg server and so on. That's the last list, so RIP, rest in place or recently installed programs or applications, right? RIP. Now the topic of the video is somebody hinting, Eric, wouldn't be nice if we had more themes in Awesome. And I do know that all our core members and also some beta testers are actively using Awesome like all the time, right? So the .config contains everything you need to set in here. This is your desktop, that's it, and all the applications with it, but this is the configuration. And in here are the themes. Themes are coming from a certain place, always, right? So if we take a look at Ctrl-Alt-F, I believe it's called Awesome Copycats. That's where we got our look. LCPZ, and the link is up there. The credits are mentioned in the first line you see in the theme. Let's see if he has done some work, right? Because it's yeah, it's always work, right? It's always time, investment of time into developing and maintaining everything. And that's why, of course, you say let's not add too much of these themes, because you need to maintain it over time. And that's the problem, always time, and not enough people. So you see here already the names: multicolor, power arrow, steam burn. Those are things that you recognize from here. Black burn, multicolor, power arrow. So steam burn looks like something new, but no, I think it's actually the same that we're using, unless I'm mistaken. Let's scroll deck. Ah yeah, black burn, that's the one we have. Steam burn looks kind of the same, similar, so probably that's why we did not go for that one. And this is another one, Dremora. There's rainbow, but visually it really looks very simple, very, not simple, but similar to the others. But it's always a choice, right? What do you like? Do you like these things up there, or don't you? Here they're trying to use a plank. Might be not plank at all. Let's see if there are themes in here with a date. So 7 months ago, 4 months ago, 8 months ago, 4 months ago. Power arrow dark. Some things have changed, but it's always some time ago. So the question is always, yeah, is it still working? One, will I like it after a day's work? Will it be nice? It still is a lot of questions. And the only thing is time. So if you see here, this is the last one that was updated on August 29. Lane was updated October 13, and whatever this is, a minimal Hugo team for early career academics, is updated a bit sooner. So back to our awesome copycats. We'll have to make a choice. We'll have to make a choice if we want to explain what to do. I would like to have something that I like myself, right? But the workflow can be exactly the same. If you see me doing things here right now, you can take another theme as basis, and probably you will not like it for 100%, so then you are going to change it again. Copland. All right, let's go. So you I rather teach you Git Clone than a download zip, because if we do this and we go to here and Control H, then maybe actually keep things in the right order. Start with your projects, your ideas, your what ifs. Have a structure, right? I'm going to do this in documents. Git clone what? This. That's the URL. So now I have all the themes, not just one. I have all the themes. Okay. Awesome. Themes. I think I said Copland. Let's have a look. Copland, right? Okay. So what if I took this, Control C, and I copy pasted it in Eric's documents, the .config, in awesome, in themes, Control V, Copland. Then I tell the system, RC Lua, I have Sublime Text installed, that there are themes at the beginning, more or less at the beginning. Here we are. So Blackburn is 4, and we add a list, and we say 5 is Copland. Typos are never allowed. Copland. Save. And give me number 1. No, give me number 5. Save, Super Shift R. So now I have this. I have no arrows, no gaps. I mean, it's without any gaps. Maybe you like that, maybe you don't like that. So we go inside Copland, open theme Lua. I better open this then. Here are some icons down here, up here. We need to figure all that out. The code is there. Anyway, I try to go to another page. That's successfully done. Here we are. So this is the Copland Awesome WM Team 2.0. He wants to all that. Super F is going to make everything bigger. Terminus font. Do we like it? Do we even have it? Sudo pacman -s DTF Terminus. Okay. Terminus font. We've got it. Okay, so that's cool. The 10.5, I have no idea why the 0.5 is so important. How about 12? Doesn't change a thing. This is still not as big as I would like it to be. We don't need this anymore. I don't think this has any effect. Not sure. But try it out. Terminus. If this is 12, then this is 25, right? Aha, that has an effect. Here we see that something happened to it. Alright, so it has an effect. So 12 is good. No, not happy with 12 at all. 14 and better. Okay, I'm happy with 14. You see that the 1 and the 3 they disappear. And here we have some coloring. If I see coloring codes, I've got this reflex. F12 sudo pacman -s atom. It's a workflow thing. I need to know what color is of the hexadecimal code. Okay. Atom. Atom is installed. Continue without passwords, and then yeah, all kinds of things. Show welcome. No, and then and yes, sure, and the welcome guide can go. Packages, settings, view, install packages, pigments. And normally I would install minimap and minimap pigments as well. Okay, add folder, Control H, in the home directory, there's a .config, and in the .config there's an awesome stop. In the themes, there is Copland, and in Copland there is Team Lua. Show me the colors, my friends. They are not coming. Install packages. Is pigments started? I did not click it, I suppose. We've got ourselves a PNG, a wallpaper. Now we know why this thing is blue, because of the foreground focus or the border focus, right? Two blue things. Then it's common sense that border is probably gonna be this. Don't need common sense, you can test it. FF0000, red, reload. Okay, it's the border that I've changed. Control Z, we like the color blue, fine, you keep the color blue. And all the other colors can be changed as well. DPI of the menu height has been a hot topic in mid-November due to an Xorg update. DPI is again in our attention. All right, DPI 16 menu height. Question is, what is menu height? Is this the menu height? Or is this the menu height? I have to figure that out again, right? It is the way it is. You have to think again, because you can't remember 25 desktops. You have to figure it out by changing colors and then see what happens. Theme awesome icon. What else would I change personally? So these includes, they say it includes something. Let's have a look. Config and then awesome and then themes and then Copland icons. Yeah. So the idea is that they provide icons, floating, maximized, and so on, and everything nicely in blue. So I guess we better stick to the blue, right? Because of the design here. Otherwise you have to change actually this little icon up here and that little icon, I suppose, and this might be there as well. Yeah, volume things. So they're all defined in here. Oops, I closed the wrong thing. Sublime text, open it again. And, ooh, no, it's Sublime text. Atom, of course. Atom. Voila. So all the icons are here, lots of icons. Time, useless gap, 0. Let's go for 10. Save, reload. Control T, Control T, Control T, Control T. We have now a gap. And here the font becomes more and more clear how it looks. Right mouse click, right? Escape. Super Q, Super Q, Super Q. So 10 is too much. Maybe you want 0, that's fine. 2 is also fine, I think. A little bit of space in between. I don't know if we can have a look at the thickness of the border, but it has to be somewhere, right? It has to be somewhere. So you just check it out where it is. Maybe it's not here, I don't know. But if it is, you'll find it. So the useless gap, I'm gonna go for 3. Here are some colors, local red. It's not really red, but okay. Salmon color theme. So here we have the font. The font Terminus 5. local text, hour and minute, and if we go over it, this is left button, right button. Good thinking, fun. And here are the colors for it, nicely defined. Otherwise, click here, Control find, and find where all the this variable is used, and at some point in time at the beginning you'll find what the color is. The color is BBBB. Lots of B's. Border. The thickness of the border would be nice if I found that. Border width DPI 1, DPI 2. Save, reload. Job. You like it, you hate it. It's entirely up to you to decide what you want. Now, some of us like that there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, always. Some of us just want to go there if we need it. This is me pressing Super 4, Super 5. I open something here, then I go to Super 6, and here I'll Super 6, and here I'll install quickly -s VLC. Why am I installing VLC? Because in my mindset years ago I used to have fixed things. If I did a Super F6, then on page 6 or workspace 6 in i3, that's where I started with my tiling window managers, I would always have VLC there. And Super F7 would always be VirtualBox. And Super F5 was always being meld. So it's an idea of putting everything on a separate workspace or not. It really is entirely up to you. I've used to work like that for years until somebody says, why do you do this? And I changed my workflow, and now I wouldn't dream of fixing an application on a certain workspace, because when you're working here and you tell them open Firefox on 1, which I did, browsers were all on 1, and the editors were all on 2 and all that, then I was still on 5 and it was blinking. 2 was blinking, and I said, why is this not opening? Why is it not opening? It's broken. No, it was not broken. It was waiting for me on workspace 2. So no more any of that. Now I am wondering what the setting would be to show you all the numbers. I don't know if I can find that in this video, but it has to be in here because it's possible in the others. But you have to read everything calmly, orderly, and think, what would that be? What would that be? Change it, see what it is. Those are all icons. We find the gaps, another bunch of icons. That's our clock and our calendar. Emop, we don't want to do any emop things. Not my cup of tea. Certainly MPD is not my cup of tea. I just take Spotify, done. Battery, all kinds of things for batteries, which is again not my thing. Laptops, well, necessary evil, but if I can, I always use a desktop. But here is probably the icon of a battery. So this thing actually for me has to go. And in here we have the sound that we can lower and make higher. The ALSA mixer is there. This is muted, right mouse click. Personally, I would never use this as a starter, an application. So let's see, where is sound? And that's what I mean, right? You download something from a guy, has his own vision and his own list of applications, and you have to go with it, follow it, and then yeah, you have to change it. And everything it's going berserk because you made a mistake and a typo here and a typo there, and everything goes boom. So here they're using the lane widget alsa bar theme volume. And if you don't want any of this, I'll have to do something completely different, because this is themed and tweaked the way it is. Now, in essence, I don't have to do anything, because I do Ctrl-Alt-U. I couldn't care less what he has up here. I'll always go to PAVU control, pulse audio volume control, and quickly set anything I need to set in here. I just went into here and I made sure the microphone was at 153%. So I don't need this button. And if I just want to make it a little bit louder or something like that, I just go up and I scroll and I make it change. I think it can. I think I can. Let's see if it's programmed to be scrollable. It is scrollable. Okay, voila. So I could scroll here, but then again, I have my own scroller on my keyboard. I have the scroller here. So why would I be using? This is me scrolling on my keyboard. So, and in Spotify there's a slider, in VLC there's a slider, and anything in YouTube there's a slider for the volume. So we're not really dependent on this thing. Okay, so you go through all the code. There's also a weather widget I see. The thing that breaks the most on Linux is weather things, right? So don't. Just go to a browser and see what weather it is, rather than trying to figure it out whether it will break over time. Yes, you can make it work. Fine, great. 6 months later, it's broken. So I have an adversity against anything with weather. You want it, you figure it out. You'll see, it will break on you. And all kinds of things. Okay, so the battery icon, this is something I would get rid of. I guess this would do, I hope. Let's see, battery icon and battery widget. If I do this, will this thing be gone? Yes, but there is still a little space there, probably because of bar spr. Is bar spr a bar in between? It is. For me this looks okay. I'm happy already. Now the 1, 2, 3 fix, I don't know where that is. Might be in our RC Lua altogether. Although it's a theme, so it has to be in here somewhere. How many widgets do I want to see? The left widgets, my layout box, first my task list, my prompt box, middle widgets, right widgets. So that's the small spr, that's this thing. So my layout box, control find. Where do I find that word? Awful button 1, 2, 3. Create a task list. My table join. Okay. The multicolor, it shows it immediately. How is it working there? I see the same code, or is it different? There's a space in between here. No, don't think it's that. well, needless to make the video longer than it needs to be, has to be in here, and this is what you should do, right? Compare. Why is this working there and not working here? So if you can figure that out, you have your code. You find your code that way. So let's go for the RC Lua again, all the way up. So we have a new theme here, number 5. Let's go back to number 1, save, Super Shift R. They're all shown, right? They're all here. Question is, why is it not in the other guy? And we can see which one is active, where there's something available. Now, it's not a bad idea. I want to know, right? But it's not a bad idea to keep this the way it is, because that's the only one that we have that actually works like that. So that's a good educational thing to show. Look, all of them are available, so it's quite possible to hide it. Hope I saved it. I did not save it. Control S. Yeah, that's number 2. And now we go to number 1 again, and then we have seen them all, and we go back to number 5, which is okay by me. I mean, this is good as is, because if I went to Super F2, voila, there it is, Super F2. I do something on Super F2. It's a floatable Super F2. And Super 4, let's open something up here. It's gonna tile it like this. And Super 5, tile top. It's always easier with terminals, I believe, to feel what's going on. Super 6, Control T, Control T, Control T, Control T. What's happening? Max. Okay. So they're all over each other, maxed out. Super F7. I think this is also, no, this is magnifier as it's called. Super F8, Control T, 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 and Super F9, T, 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 and Super 0, we don't have that, right? So we end with 9. So we're only missing number 1. And then we have all the things in place. But once you close something, it's gone. So actually, I'm okay with that, so that this will be an exception to all the other. Because basically, in i3 years ago, I had just exactly the same thing, right? Nothing really, until you open something. Super F1, voila, and then you started something, and you make the desktops gradually as you need them. Simple as that. And I'm going to have a check, but yes, remember I have a dual screen. The same happens on my other screen. I have now 1 on my other screen and 5. I can't show you, right? But it's the second screen, and it's working there as well. Awesome, right? That's why it's called awesome, I suppose. So yes, I will be adding this theme to the list. So one more, but please keep developing, keep changing colors and all that. And the font was by default already there, so that's cool. Nothing to install extra. All right, cheers.